right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Yeah, I don't want this to be a super long, thought-out video. I don't want to create drama or kind of intensify suspense with this video. No, I'm going to tell you straight up and down what I think James Harden is already the greatest that I've personally seen ever play the game of basketball at this one specific thing. When you think intellectuals, right, some of the game's best intellectuals we ever seen, I immediately go to guys like Michael Jordan. I'm not sure how smart Michael Jordan was because he kind of is away from media. He doesn't do a lot of press interviews. He was before my time, but the way he presented himself to the media, you could kind of tell this dude was super competitive, but also very, very intelligent, and wanted you to see that he was intelligent when he hopped on camera. Now, if you caught him in the middle of a timeout, he might be airing his teammate out, or reportedly, if you caught him at a gambling ring or caught him at the casino, he'd be on one. But he wanted you, and when he was when the camera was in front of him, and he was doing any type of interview or press, he wanted to perceive himself as an intellect. Tiger Woods is another guy. Tiger Woods wants you to believe that he's an intellect. No matter what he does behind the scenes, the image that he's giving you is, I'm an intellectual, very, very, very educated dude. Kobe Bryant, I mean, the dude is an intellect. Now, that's my era. I know the guy speaks 3 languages. I know he's a book reader. He's just a very intelligent dude, and I believe behind the scenes he's learning and getting better and just bringing in more knowledge day in and day out. And he gave that image as well, kind of mimicking the Michael Jordan as being as smart as I can be on that camera when I'm doing interviews, when I'm doing press. These are some of the guys, and then I got the Tim Duncans of the world, the David Robinsons of the world. These are intellectual human beings. Now let's get to James Harden. James Harden seems like a regular dude. Probably comes from nothing. You know, I look at myself, I see myself in a James Harden. Don't look like he's trying to be the street dude, but he also doesn't seem like the type of guy that's reading 84 books a week, right? And that's not a shot at Harden. From what I know of James Harden, he's on my snipers list. Reportedly, the dude has had his share of chicks. I know he's a strip club dude in Houston. Shout out to Jay Prince and company. I know he loves the club. Does James Harden? Either you're clubbing or you're reading books. There's not a lot of time for both. If you can find that balance, you're a better person to be. I said all that to say, James Harden doesn't strike me as a guy who's going out of the realm to be something that he's not. And again, not a shot at his intellect, but I'm saying he does not strike me as the intellect. But what I've seen James Harden do on the court at the level that he's did it, not even a Kobe or Michael Jordan or anybody in between has done it to this ability. The dude has studied what the game is today better than anyone I've ever seen. And when I say study in the game, right, it's frustrating to somebody that's playing against him, right? We see guys upset at James Harden or perceiving that he's getting away with a travel. You see James Harden get a lot of foul attempts a game. Matter of fact, he leads the NBA in free throw attempts a game, right? He's always at the free throw line. He's getting fouled on 3-pointers. This dude stays at the line. The way he dribbles the basketball, it's so low to the ground. It is incredibly tough to rip him. If James Harden is going to commit a turnover, 9 times out of 10 is because he got lazy on a pass or he got lazy with the basketball and start dribbling it high. But when he's literally in attack mode heading to the rim, it is so difficult to steal the basketball from him. So that's why you see guys literally as he's dribbling to the ground, like literally dribbling to the rim, it's literally all you can do is take a swipe, and 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get the ball. You're probably going to get armed. And the way he practices with his trainer and trains it, and the way he's conformed his body, he's able to take that contact. He don't even look like the strongest dude, but he's training to what he knows guys are going to do to him. This is one of the smartest basketball players we've ever seen ever. The dude has studied the rule book. He studies how refs make calls. He knows what the game is in 2019. This dude's not trying to study the game from a 1990s perspective, right? Like even Kobe Bryant, as great as Kobe was, is my favorite player of all time. He literally studied Michael Jordan and made his game after Michael Jordan. Many would argue that maybe towards the latter parts of Kobe's career, that 3-point shot, that, you know, while Kobe was heading out, the Warriors were beginning, right? The Boston Celtics had a lot of 3-point shooters as well. Kobe was watching the game change on him. Now, it hit LeBron a lot more than it did Kobe, right? But Kobe was kind of watching the game change on him as he was heading out. Maybe if he catered his game a lot towards today's basketball world and landscape, maybe he could have got an extra season or two as a jump shooter, kind of like how Jason Kidd was able to squeeze a season or two in the back end out of his career because he was literally a jump shooter, right? I'm just saying, James Harden has trained his game to be catered to what 2019 NBA officiating allows you to do, what it doesn't allow you to do. That's why guys like Steph Curry are mad about like certain travels that he does and he gets called, but James Harden can get away with. We saw that earlier in the season. Guys like LeBron have complained about fouls that James Harden sees in comparison to what they get. You can't get mad. All you got to do is respect the mind, and what James Harden has did better than anyone. I don't care who you name. You do your research. Trust me, I've done mine. I can't name a guy out there that has studied what the game is today more than James Harden. And he deserves the utmost respect, and I give it up to him because there's a level of love for something, right? To do that, you gotta have an esteemed level of passion, dedication, desire to want to be great. And to not only be great, but to be able to humble yourself enough to say, what I'm doing is cool, but I'm watching the world change. It's like the person who continues to store all their data by hand, right? The receipts are done by hand. It's 2019. You can do that, but you can save yourself 8 more hours each day if you just use this thing called a computer. You know what I mean? That's how I look at James Harden. There are a lot of great players out there, but they're stuck in their own ways. This worked at the high school level. I've always been great. You can always throw the ball in on the box to me, and I can get you a basket. In college, I was the guy. I averaged 22 in my sleep, right? Well, James Harden could just do that. He could average 18, 20 points in his sleep. He's that great of a scorer. But he's seen how pick and roll, and give credit to Mike D'Antoni as well, pick and roll. When he's coming off those pick and rolls, he's literally unguardable, and he's become an incredible passer, and he understands the best way for me to play is to surround myself with shooting, break defenders down, and isolation basketball, and I'd rather chunk up 12 3-pointers over 12 2-pointers. It might look frustrating to watch sometimes when he's 2 for 12, but analytically, it's the smart basketball decision if you look at how the game is played today. One of the smartest to ever do it. Salute to the bearded one, James Harden. He is literally putting his foot on guys' necks by the way he caters his game to 2019 NBA. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
Got the kids, you are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.